everyone to the Revitalize. Welcome to the Revitalize the Total Woman podcast. I am your senior coach, your host, Lakeisha McKnight. Glad to be here on tonight. This show is a media outlet for a nonprofit based out of Chesapeake, Virginia, that also has a location in Nigeria, Africa. And the name of the organization is Women of Elevation Career Services International. Now, this podcast show goes live every Tuesday and Wednesday at about 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're live not only on Facebook in the Women of Elevation group, but we're also live on Spreaker, iHeartRadio, as well as the womenofElevation.com's website. So we do have the podcast show going live there as well. And so we want to welcome those of you who may be stopping by the website and just tuning in from there. And so, again, welcome aboard, guys. Today, this is July 1st. This is marking our transition into another part of our core focus, which is on relationship building. Now, understand with this nonprofit, we do have three core areas: relate, create, and elevate. And so understand the mission of this organization, of the podcast, is to empower women like yourself with the tools to be able to create, relate, and elevate so you can walk in your God-given purpose and truly live your dream lifestyle. That is what the goal of this podcast and ultimately the organization is set out to accomplish. And so welcome aboard for those of you who catch it live or catch the replay of it. We appreciate you. We thank you so much for tuning in and plugging into the content that we have to share with you. And so what I'm going to quickly do tonight is give you a little bit of an introduction because we're shifting a bit. During the months of May through August, we focus in on giving you nuggets, giving you content that's going to strengthen your personal and professional relationships. But specifically in the month of July and August, we focus in on professional relationships. So yes, we focus in on personal relationships during the month of May and June. That was personal relationship building. But we're going to tend to focus a lot of our podcast content on helping you to build your professional relationships. And so what we mean by that is relationships that involve, you with customers as well as you with your partners, with your teammates, your affiliates, whoever it may be that's helping you to fulfill the mission of the organization. And so we're going to help you in that regard. And so you might see the preview image. Now I want to draw your attention there really quick. For those of you who are watching, or I should say listening on the podcast platforms, you might not be able to see that. But if you click on the link, there is a link in the description area. You'll see exactly what I mean. Now, we've been telling you and kind of letting you know we're going to get ready. Registration is going to be open. It's finally open, okay? It's finally open. And what we're talking about is the Relationship Mastery Telesummit, which is going to be conducted in a panel format. It's going to be panel style, all right? And so, again, panel style type of event. And it's primarily going to be myself and my husband. We're going to be sharing some great information. That we do have some additional guests that be on board with us. That's going to be an additional bonus for each and every one of you. But for right now, of course, you're going to receive over a decade of experience when it comes to understanding how to learn to love yourself. You're going to understand how to go about dating and courting based on real life experience, okay? You're going to understand how to really go forward and have a successful foundation in marriage, and also how to keep that marriage thriving. You're going to get all of this information during the Relationship Mastery Telesummit event, and it's going to be a panel style event. You can ask questions, all right? We're going to give you some engaging questions that we may pose to you, and that way we'll be able to engage with one another. So here's the deal. The Relationship Mastery Telesummit, this panel event, is free. It's absolutely free. And so the way that you can register for this event is by simply looking for the link in the description area. There is a link there. Simply click in the description area on that link, and it will take you to Eventbrite. On the Eventbrite area, that is our event page. Go ahead, register, grab your seat for this virtual panel event. You don't want to miss it. If you want to enhance your relationships, your personal relationships, yes, you want to be present and be on the platform for that. Now, I wanted to throw that nugget out there only to transition to let you know about the introduction for professional relationships. Now, you want to make sure you plug in, okay? Because there are certain ingredients, certain elements that makes or breaks a professional relationship. Now, what I'm talking about firsthand, I'm talking about relationships with clients, how to go about initiating those relationships, how to go about maintaining those relationships. And so there are certain things you have to be able to do in order for there to be um, a healthy relationship that sticks. So it's not just a person comes and they're totally disgusted with what they've experienced, but there are certain things you're going to want to have and possess yourself as an entrepreneur in order to have a healthy relationship with clients. Now, let me tell you this, not all relationships are going to be positive. There are going to be some, of course, who may not be satisfied with the way that certain things go. There are going to be mistakes made, all right? But of course, you need to learn and experience and know how to bounce back. You have to be resilient when those moments happen and when they occur. All right, so you want to make sure you plug in because I'm going to dive into some great information starting next week on how to really go about initiating relationships with clients so that at least those relationships start on the right foot. Okay, so again, stay tuned. We're going to get back with some great information for you on next week, Tuesday and Wednesday, as we continue with the Revitalize the Total Woman podcast. So again, I'm your host, Lakeisha McKnight. Be sure to check the website, womenofelevation.com, for the latest updates. Now, if you notice that there's an issue with the website, please note that with Women of Elevation, that is, there are some updates that's going on right now with our server. And so you might see a little bit of an adjustment there, but give it 24 hours or so, and it should be back on track. So again, thank you so much for your time, everyone. Be blessed, and I'll be back here for another fresh episode with you on this podcast show next week. Take care, everyone.